All right, well, we begin this morning with breaking news out of North Korea, with that country launching another ballistic missile into the Sea of Japan.
Yeah, but this morning, a chilling announcement from South Korean and Japanese officials. They believe this missile, which landed just 130 miles off the Japanese coast, had the capability to hit anywhere in the United States, and that it was also designed to carry nuclear warheads. This is just the latest in a series of escalations by the North, and comes just a day after it held a smaller missile launch. NBC News foreign correspondent Raf Sanchez joins us now, and he's been looking at this story recently with the latest. So, Raf, these tensions are growing in the region, and this latest test is just adding to the concerns that North Korea could be preparing to resume testing on nuclear weapons. So what do we know about that ballistic missile that they launched today?
Yeah, Stephen, good morning. This is the latest in what's been a pretty unrelenting barrage of missiles from the north. They fired more than 30 this month alone. I was in South Korea 2 weeks ago. They were basically firing missiles every day. Here's what we know about today's launch. It was fired early Friday morning, local time, from the Pyongyang area. The missile, as you said, fell off the coast of Japan, and all indications are it is an ICBM, an intercontinental ballistic missile. We don't know exactly which one, but we do know the North's most advanced weapon, the Hwasong-17, is capable, in theory, of hitting anywhere in the United States. So Los Angeles, D.C., New York, all in theory in range, all in theory could be hit with a nuclear weapon. Now, we are waiting to see, is this barrage of missile tests just the beginning of something bigger, and may we see the North Koreans go back to testing nuclear weapons for the first time since 2017? Stephen.
Quite alarming, these implications, Raf. So Vice President Kamala Harris is attending the APEC summit in Thailand and held an emergency meeting with other leaders over this missile launch. So what are their reactions to this? And is there any talk of more sanctions against North Korea over this latest launch?
Yeah, so the vice president is in the region. She's there a couple of days, of course, after President Biden was in Bali at the G20. This is the White House really trying to signal the American commitment to the Indo-Pacific region. We heard basically universal condemnation from that summit of leaders in Bangkok. We heard from the prime ministers of New Zealand, Canada, South Korea. Take a listen to what the vice president had to say.
This conduct by North Korea most recently is a brazen violation of multiple UN security resolutions. It destabilizes security in the region and unnecessarily raises tensions.
Now, Stephen, she talks about UN Security Council resolutions there. The North is clearly violating these resolutions, but the reality is the West has very few good options in terms of enforcing those resolutions without help from China. It's really only the Chinese who can turn the screws on North Korea. And right now, because tensions are so high between the U.S. and China over Taiwan and other issues, there's really not a whole lot of cooperation there.
Lots of complications for sure. And just quickly here, Raf, how is South Korea and Japan, how are they responding to today's launch?
So they've actually both conducted joint military exercises with the U.S. today, and the South Korean test was particularly pointed. South Korean fighter jets blew up a mobile missile launcher target, which is a very clear message to Kim Jong-un that the South, along with its American allies, is capable of attacking the kinds of weapons platforms the North would use to launch these missiles. Stephen.
All right, Raf Sanchez, thanks so much.